You heard it here first. Don't buy the battle pass, bro. Season 2 launch trailer. Let's get it out of the way, man. Let's get it out of the way, man. Appreciate everybody being here. If you are new here, if you've never been here before, it's your boy, the myth, the legend, the man with 3,000 hands, aka Ugly Boy 3000. Thanks for the love, y'all. What up? What up? What up, Deepest Grave? I see you in here, bro. I see you in here, dog. I see you in here. Thanks for the love, dog. We're about to watch this intro. I haven't never watched it before, so this is the new season, man. Season 2. It's only 1 minute.
Every life has a price. Let the bloodshed begin.
Alright, they got swords. Shinobi. We got a new map. Alright, I'm gonna have to check that out. We're checking the new map out for sure. We're checking out the new map for sure. I'm not gonna play zombies, so this doesn't even matter. I gotta get an AC 140 one time, dog. Season 2. Let's go. I gotta get me an AC 140 for the one time. Season 2, let's watch this video. Warzone Season 2 patch notes, bug fixes. We're gonna watch this JGOD video real quick.
So very unorthodox. They drop patch note. Now it's like what? Almost. So very unorthodox. They drop patch note. Now it's like what? Almost 1 o'clock. Very random, but at least we get it a little bit earlier. Ricochet anti-cheat. As previously discussed in our recent community update blog, we are ramping up a fight against cheaters. I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's see it, right?
Exactly,
like that's the main thing. I won't read too much about into that. Other than
we've been heard about the cheaters for a long time now. We know that they're cheating, but most likely it's just robots in the future that implemented the game and now they're cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even understand how deep this gets, bro.
That they're gonna implement.
It gets deeper than what you think.
In the mid-season and then in season 3, right? Just prove it. Move on. So we got the Terminator.
Look, robots right here. They're telling you right away that the robots in the game are cheating, bro. You know what I'm saying? They sold the cheats to the robots. The people that designed the game, they sold their own cheats to these robots, these AI bots, and now the AI bots are cheating the game. It's out of control.
Then they can't stop it. 2 weeks from the 6th to the 20th. Doesn't start right away. So for the first week or so, this week, we're not going to have any events going on, I guess.
Think big, yeah.
And then it'll swap over to the Shadow Hunt after that, and that'll only be 1 week. It says collect skulls. Skulls are earned via eliminations in multiplayer and zombies and by eliminated players. And opening caches in Warzone.
Should I play zombies?
Earn bonus skulls for eliminating enemies with explosive
Should I upload a zombie video?
Damage. Kind of odd, but interesting. It would be interesting, like if something like this in zombies, it was where if you used fire, it would do more damage, and then it would encourage players to have additional reasons to use it other than to try and get this reward. It would just be like change the gameplay loop if you haven't already used fire, but that's an aside. I don't think they'll do that. Battle Pass. We get a new Battle Pass every season. You can get the base version, Black Cell, whatever you prefer.
Hey,
going on.
If you heard it here first, don't buy the Battle Pass, bro. Don't spend no money on this game. You know what I'm saying? I bought the game. You could buy the game. That's cool. It's not, but we're brainwashed and we're already in it, bro. We play Call of Duty, y'all. It is what it is. Just don't buy anything extra. You don't need skins.
On forever. That's the model for COD. Camos. Players can now equip any unlocked special camo to weapon as soon as you've unlocked it. So now you don't have to unlock it in a weird way. You've unlocked any 5 military camos for that weapon previously. Players needed to unlock all 9 military camos for at least one mode to equip special camo. Good, they fixed that. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, who thought that through? Whatever. Good, they finally reverted whoever made that decision. Challenge progress bars may now appear below special camo and mastery camo swatches on the camo tab. That's cool if you want to check at a glance. And then the currently equipped camo will no longer be highlighted by default when entering the camo tab in the gunsmith, if applicable. Social.
Nice to know.
So this one's a huge one because a lot of people have been struggling. Their friends, like, you can't party up feature.
Yeah, bro. What were they thinking? They think that we just play the game because we love Call of Duty that much. No, we play the game because our homies be playing the game and they be on Call of Duty. If it was all up to us, we'd probably be playing Mario Kart, but we can't even get the Nintendo Switch, like the updated. Bruh.
So added a favorites only filter to friends list that can be used to display only your favorite friends. That's cool. Player mic indicators will now appear when viewing the party channel or game channel. Sort by progression or sort by rank will now display the applicable level or rank, whatever. Dark Ops calling cards that you haven't unlocked yet yourself will no longer appear as classified when viewed in another player's calling card showcase. Okay, so they'll still show off.
All right, let's get to the Warzone
stuff. This doesn't address
the
find party feature. Hopefully they address that because they haven't. They've been silent on it. They took it away, and I never used it personally, but the amount of comments I get on a regular basis saying, when are they going to add that back? I bring it up because even though I don't care, I'm speaking for you guys.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back in season 3 and say they added something new.
So,
or maybe
buy stations. So
wait
for
till the next
Urzikstan,
game.
buy stations have been updated across. This is what they've done every season. Gulag loadouts have been refreshed with new equipment and weapons. And it's kind of unfortunate we've gone so long without an updated Gulag. Like, I get loadouts and some events, whatever, but the actual feel of the Gulag hasn't changed. And it's a kind of like a copy of what we had originally. To a certain extent. Obviously, Verdansk was slightly different. But then when Verdansk comes back, we're going to also have that Gulag. So it'll be kind of tricky. Hopefully they have some Gulags on standby so that shortly after that Verdansk integration, we will get some of the other Gulags that we had during Warzone's time in Warzone 1. Train, the automatic break release timer has been increased to 240 seconds, up from 60. It's kind of a long time. I don't know. The train was a bit too eager getting back into motion, disallowing some interesting plays. To like actually lock down and have people catch up. All right, that's fair. So Area 99, buy stations. 2 additional buy stations have been added to Area 99. That's a good change. And then playlist update. That's it. If you whatever you want to play, you'll be able to see that basically.
All right, so we got ranked trios, we got battle royale, solos, duos, and quads, resurgent solos, duos, trio. Okay. And Plunder. Who plays Plunder?
Play. For the second season of Warzone, we're deploying adjustments. This is something we talked about. We're not sure exactly how it's going to impact things, but overall, it should primarily impact the people that are in iridescent. It really won't impact you. If you're gold, hard stuck gold, you're still going to be hard stuck gold.
Hey, we're bronze, bro. It ain't going to impact us. We're bronze.
But in general, it's going to greater maintain their additional status. So yeah, Crimson and iridescent face greater challenges. Crossplay. So this is the one that we weren't 100% sure on, but now we get some clarity. Following changes have been implemented at the launch of Season 2 to provide players on console with the option to select the platform pool they wish to matchmake with. PlayStation in-game options. So enables matchmaking with all gaming platforms that when playing ranked. Okay, that's just regular crossplay. Yeah. And then on consoles only enables matchmaking with other consoles when playing ranked. Okay. So that'll also include
with Xbox.
This is the first time they've done this. This is actually a huge W. Obviously, we wish we had a better anti-cheat, so this wouldn't be the case. But a lot of people,
looks like I gotta get a console.
Public matchmaking obviously is going to negatively impact your queue times.
But I don't even play. I don't even play rank play.
As many aimbotters, wallers, and those types of things. Off restricts ranked matchmaking to your current gaming platform only, and then that'll also hurt you. So if you only want to play with PlayStation, you just put this one to off. If you're on PlayStation, I highly recommend on plus consoles only, because this will allow the Xbots to get into your lobby, and then you'll have just much easier matchmaking experience. Xbox in-game options enable matchmaking with all gaming platforms. Yes, console only, and then off, and then you can stay in Xbox only. So I mean, this might be the way. If you're really looking to get the easiest, that's it right there. will negatively impact your queue times. So this ends up being better than we thought. I wish this was all for modes. Obviously, I'm joking about the bot stuff or whatever. It's just, whatever.
Yeah, obviously I'm joking about the robot stuff too, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't threaten you.
You know what he's saying.
But regardless, I think this is going to be good, and hopefully, as the player base comes back, because inevitably once they fix stuff, things will get better. Hopefully, realistically, they have enough players on their game at all times that they could allow this for all modes, and then that would help people put it at ease if they actually care about those things. If they don't want faster matchmaking, tracker perk has been removed from ranked. Cool, and then the skill ratings. Obviously, once you get into the game, you have an idea of how those things work. Not a huge difference, whatever. The SR goes up, and the deployment fee can go up to 200. Again, that's at the top end. Doesn't really impact you unless you're already there. A bunch of rewards, which we've already seen, and then general. So buy stations, all buy stations, including deployable and standard ones, now close at the beginning of the final circle announcement. Ooh. So that could be really big difference. That is a little bit more punishing. I think we kind of had a similar thing mostly in Warzone 1 because most of the buy stations weren't in the zone. But yeah, that could be kind of crazy. That's actually kind of huge. We'll see how that actually impacts the end zones. Deployable boxes, utility boxes such as munition boxes, armor boxes, and others can no longer be placed in the gas. All right. I guess people were abusing that. Those are like the people that do the stim glitch with the munitions box. I think JamCal covered this, and this is going to negatively impact that play style. But it led to too much cheese. Score events. Added a new splat score event in the Battle Royale, which triggers when a player is eliminated while parachuting or skydiving. Experience balance. So they increased the experience for Battle Royale.
Okay.
They lowered a little bit of player XP for Resurgence, which isn't that big a deal. It's faster paced. You'd expect that. I don't really care about player XP.
It's still
weapon
whack,
XP,
though.
them boosting that's pretty good. And then they're actually nerfing a little bit of plunder XP on the weapon side, with the player side to allow you to maybe start here, unlock the weapon, and then jump into the mode you want, and you'll be able to level up faster, and then Battle Royale will get the best experience. And this is a similar thing that happens in multiplayer. It happens behind the scenes. Exclusive Ace has a video about that on multiplayer, where it specifically shows how much XP you get per kill in a specific mode. So that's kind of what they're doing here to balance that out. And they already had different values. It's just now they're being transparent. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but people will complain about this. Quality of life.
Transparency. We need it. I don't care if they're complaining.
Warzone Barracks. The button layout has reorganized the match to structure used in multiplayer. Okay, cool. So does that mean we get a combat record? Ammo caches now function like munitions boxes, dropping additional ammo and equipment on the ground. Pinging buyback flares can now ping a flare. So if you see one, you can mark it. Match stat tracker. The font used in the match stat tracker has been adjusted to improve readability. Detailed weapon stats. New stats have been added, and the layout has been redesigned to prioritize data, clarity, and accessibility. That's pretty good. Some stats to be adjusted were not represented. The new stats better reflect that. Fade distance. The fade distance of loadout and cast crates parachuting has been reduced to 300 meters for improved visibility. Combat shield or body shield. They still haven't brought back the riot shield. Thank you. Victims are no longer automatically released.
I'm a riot shielder at heart.
Victim previously.
We're a riot
this is what they
shielder.
already we talked about. Movement.
What up, Ronnie? See you in the chat, dog. What's up, bro?
Jump speed and successive jump height with one unmodified successive jump. We're reverting some jump penalties to the values used last year.
Definitely.
This marks the first step in a jump evaluation. We'll revisit the top logic. All right,
Revert
so
all the jump penalties,
doesn't
bro.
sound like we're gonna get the full mobility.
We need the full mobility, bro. We don't need to wait to the end of the game to cycle,
towards that direction. I know some people are a little bit like, movement's really one of those tough topics that I think is really polarizing and really splits the community. And this group is very vocal about what they want, and this group is very vocal about what they want, but they kind of disagree and butt heads. And it kind of puts the devs in a really hard spot. So regardless, on this one, people are going to be upset, and some people are going to love it because then they actually get to be able to do some technical movements instead of just running sideways, basic diving, basic sliding. You'll actually be able to do a bunny hop possibly. So we'll see how that actually feels.
We need a
in
bunny
game
hop.
Tomorrow. Parachute.
We need a better
increased
drop
speed of
shot too.
parachute
We got the slide drop.
And this one, they
crazy.
did it to match Warzone 1. There was a cool little Twitter video that somebody put together kind of comparing and contrasting it. It's like a 15, 20 second video, but it basically shows how when you cut your chute, and the animation looks versus how it looked in Warzone 1. So they're speeding it up to match Warzone 1 because right now it's pretty slow and penalizing compared to the way it felt in Warzone 1, which was much smoother. Preventing it from feeling overly restrictive. Exactly. So perks, we get the new perks, which I don't really think this perk's going to mean anything. Specialist, it might mean something. You regenerate up to 50%, so 1.5 plates after 5 seconds. So if you're out of plates, this could be good, but in general, I don't really see it being a big thing. Tracker pings have been replaced with an outline that is not visible through walls, but still appear on targets through smoke. They clarified that. Tracker can now mark up to 5 targets simultaneously. Engaging a 6th target will remove the outline. That is kind of a buff, and that is actually kind of interesting. If you're spraying and praying, hopefully get a hit marker. That's actually kind of cool. Dexterity. The weapon handling component of dexterity has been enhanced, got buffed, and now is a default perk. So now you're going to get dexterity improved by default. This will give us some of the bounce that we had again in Warzone 1. They've essentially gone back and found that middle ground, and they're continuing to find it. So I think this is a huge W. Mountaineer is also going to return.
Just give us everything we want right away.
Afraid. We do business
keep on getting
from
commercials.
The other guys. We design and test our own tools and sell.
This perk returns.
Just give us everything we want from the original.
Has been
you know what I'm saying?
Improved compared to the
keep the game
current
fast.
version, though it's not as powerful. So we'll have to test that. We were able to go up to extreme heights with Mountaineer. Hopefully it's enough to jump off roofs and not break your legs. That's kind of the main goal, right, with Mountaineer. Veteran now provides significant damage reduction against the effects of gas. Cool. Munition Satchel now only provides 1 additional item instead of 2. Tactical Lethals, maximum deployment tacticals and lethals reduced to 2, down from 3. And then Impact Grenade, default stack increased from 2 to 3. Thermobaric, they just modified the radius. They made the radius much bigger and increased the damage, and the outer radius was also increased. Fire Grenade, looks like it got a little bit of a nerf. They reduced the radius.
The fire grenade. The fire grenade, that's crazy.
Experimental gas. It looks like slightly increased the trigger height from the gas effect.
I feel you.
Better
I understand.
Visuals. Movement
fire in the hole,
JGOD. Gas has been decreased.
Fire in the hole.
Got a slight nerf.
And the stim shot got it.
Okay, so they modified it. Stim. Strafe slide velocity was slightly reduced.
Whack.
Because they felt like that was getting a little out of hand with the Omni movement. So that gets a little crazy. Spy camera essentially got nerfed. Because of this part, it doesn't target players through the wall, so it's really not as beneficial. Even though they increased the time of a buff, it still got overall nerfed. Updated the outline visual for better clarity on the proxy alarm. Cool. Advanced UAVs now display elevation. Cool, we saw that. That's for the probably bird's eye will probably be.
I probably should have made a video with that spy camera, but I didn't, bro.
Against targets
I missed out on that.
Resistance has now been reduced.
That would have been fun.
From 8 seconds down to 5. And then loadout markers. The bounce factor for loadout drop markers had been reduced by 50%. All right, it's not uncommon to see loadout marker bouncing far from their intended drop. By having the bounce, they'll be able to land where they're supposed to, and they get a little bit more control of those placements. Decontamination stations, the ability to re-enable a closed buy station by nearby has been removed, so you can't do that anymore. So they nerfed that. I think they think people are abusing it. And then we get to some of the weapon stuff. This is probably the most important part, I think, because although like we're not really getting a lot of content in this update, the ability to play with the different weapon with regularity is would be like ideal. Modern Warfare 3 increases to faster reloads. These are all just reload. You can see everything is faster. And depending on what category, they're essentially just trying to bring everything in line. Make it feel more comfortable, more fluid, and decrease the overall downtime. This should get it closer to the previous iterations when you use sleight of hand. Bullet penetration, they adjusted that. You were able to shoot through everything. They made walls essentially thicker. Weapon swap speed, which is kind of like Amped does, or quick grip gloves. They've essentially done that. So they brought that as a default perk. Sprint to fire, it says reduce the penalty that we had when jumping from 35 down to 10%. So that should be pretty noticeable. And then, oh wait, no, this is this one. And this is the sprint to fire one. So that should be noticeable when you fire the weapon. And then the aim down sight should also be improved by 25%, which is pretty noticeable. We want to allow for different playstyles and movement mechanics to feel viable. Shoot. Okay, cool. So we get PPSH, the Cypher, the Fang,
2 new guns.
the TR2, which is 4 weapons right off the rip.
4?
So AK
okay.
looks like it gets a range buff. Okay. And movement speed, it says improved. ADS speed, cool. Sprint to fire.
I'm gonna have to try
also
the
got
AK out.
improved. So overall, should be better. And then the multiplier change. So even though it says only 36 and the damage didn't change, it will change for the upper torso. The aims looks like it gets a buff as well. Default magazine reload faster. So this is going to stack for the AS Val since it already has a small mag. The Goblin,
That's cool.
It looks like it got a damage buff in the mid range. The overall
Goblin was
ranges got
trash,
buffed.
bro.
And then the bullet
Nah, I like
velocity
the Goblin. What is the
increased
MK2?
slightly.
I don't remember.
So
I don't...
pretty cool. This increasing from 20 to 25, you're like, what's it matter, the default mag? And that's because the guns end up in floor loot. So that'll make it a little bit more viable. 5 bullets is 5 bullets. They nerfed the GPR. Okay. And then they slowed it down a little bit. So it got multiple nerfs. So this one, if you were already using the GPR, it was pretty good. But, and I think a lot of people were leaning to that before the XM4 got that weird, crazy stock that removes all recoil. This got nerfed essentially in a couple different ways. It doesn't look like an insane nerf though, because none of the
See, I
damage got
haven't really.
impacted,
I only been
just a
playing
little bit of
multiplayer.
ranges and
I haven't
some
even
of the
been
multipliers.
playing
I don't
Call of
know.
Duty as
That'll be a
much.
big impact.
So
Model L.
I need to start
All right,
dropping
gets a
some
slight
Warzone
buff
videos.
to the legs. XM4, they nerfed the range.
Okay.
100 round aim down sight speed penalty is increased. The buff stock, it still reduces a ton of recoil, but not nearly as much. The ease of use of the XM4 allowed it to dominate at all ranges. We want to adjust to optimal ranges. Cool. Pistol, whatever. All right, that's it for that. That's kind of crazy. Lootable perks. Now have shrouded, irradiated, veteran, reflexes, sprinter, and tempered. Lootable weapons. All ground loot weapons have been refreshed with the new season. Semi-auto, burst, and common through epic handguns have been removed. New season
up,
2 weapons have
KT3?
also been added to the ground loot.
What's good,
Contracts.
bro?
Intel
Thanks for the
continue
likes, bro.
contract now. It's very low chance to reward a durable gas mask. Signal intelligence contract. Cool. Scavenger. Distance between scavenger crates has been reduced, requiring less of a marathon. Public events.
What
Runaway
up?
Train.
What up?
This event now has a 10% chance to occur in the 5th circle. Challenges, or those are for like calling cards. Vehicle damage have been slightly adjusted to ensure greater consistent when destroying vehicles. Will make vehicles drive well.
Yeah.
Post
We
XP
need the
widget.
Bertha back.
Cool. Third-party audio reverb. Nobody should be paying
Crazy.
for that. Parachute. Adjusted parachute audio being louder than intended at further distances. Self-revive players now hear the self-revive. Yay, they brought it back. And bug fixes. So fix an issue where the ghost perk would persist. Okay, there's a bunch of bug fixes. Holy. All right, we're not going to read all those because a lot of them could be just like fix it where private lobbies did not always display properly. Cool, bro. Just hopefully my game's fun to play when I want to jump on and play it, right? We'll see tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Easter egg. It doesn't look like a ton of weapon balancing changes here. Maybe there's other things that we're unaware of, but that doesn't seem like enough.
Maybe there's other things, man.
Maybe we'll see. Hopefully
outta
these
here.
new guns are pretty good too.
Yo, Creano, this one.
Hey, thanks for the roses. Thanks for the roses. Go
Wanna
bird.
come hang out, say
Appreciate the
hi. If
roses,
not,
dog.
see you on the next one. Thank you for
That's
watching as
everything
always.
new.
Have a